Hey, how's it going? It's John again. I am playing Immaculate Grid. I'm playing Grid 484 this morning, which will be dedicated to Hal McRae, who hit that many career doubles with his career, the Reds and the Royals. Didn't actually realize he started like the first several years of his career with the Reds before going to the Royals. So he works for Silver Slugger. He works for All Star. Uh, we'll need a Royals category. I think we had Royals Reds a few weeks ago, so I missed that opportunity. But let's get into it. Did pretty well yesterday. Went under a minute. Went with a 5 rarity score. I'm gonna share my screen, and I'm gonna do that, and away we go. All right. See, it's a Delman Young combination. Over here, we'll get David Ortiz. Let's go Carlos Gomez for Brewers and Twins. Ty Cobb certainly had that many hits. Tris Speaker had over 2,000 hits. Robin Yount, 3,000 hits. All right, let's go Miguel Cabrera for the 40 home runs. Manny Ramirez, 40 home runs. And Prince Fielder. Boom, 220. See, I had about 52 seconds there. Molitor was leader for the Brewers and the Twins. I guess I should have seen that coming. Um, yeah, I had Ortiz, Williams being leader. He does not get to 3,000 hits. But I had Ortiz, Cobb. Oh, they got Cecil and Prince on the same. That's what I should have done. Oh well. Yeah, you get Cecil, you get Manny. Or I didn't have Cecil, but they had Manny, they had Prince, Yount, Ortiz, and Cobb. So I had 5 of the 9. Missed big opportunities by not going with Cecil Fielder and Paul Molitor though, because I mean Molitor was an obvious one, and Cecil Fielder would have I could have just used him with Prince. I think about there's a pretty heavy overlap between the people who use Prince and people who use Cecil. Get them on the same grid. Anyway, I'm going to reset that. There are 7 options. I think I know. I have a couple ideas on who the best will be for the Brewers. Only 6 options for the Tigers. Anyway, let's do a stop share and a reshare. And let's see, we'll find SJ's grid there. And then when I hit refresh, I just did this with the other one. Okay, it did work. With the other grid, I hit refresh and it like went to grid 43. Maybe it's a incognito mode thing. I don't know. Anyway, let's dive into this one. Let's see. Yeah, so Brewers with 40 home runs. Chris Carter gets there. Ben Ogilvy gets there. Carter Braun gets there. Get Richie Saxon. Richie Saxon was in sort of a class by himself in between Gorman Thomas in 1970. No, I'm sorry. Ben Ogilvy came later. So Ben Ogilvy was 1980. Prince Fielder is 2007. That is 27 years. And the only player in that time span in between, I guess the 26 seasons between 81 and 2006 to have 40 home runs in a season for the Brewers would be Richie Sexson, who did it twice in 2001 and 2003. Jeremy Burnitz hit 38 in 1998. Gorman Thomas hit 39 in 1982. All of which say I'm trying to think of who would be the most rare. Chris Carter hit 41 home runs in 2016. That's semi-recent. Ben Ogilvy hit 41 home runs in 1980. Gorman Thomas hit 45 in 1979. Um, I'm actually going to say that the Chris Carter one is the one that's will have snuck under the radar because I mean he did it just after Ryan Braun and just before Christian Yelich. It was an otherwise unremarkable season. He led the league in strikeouts. He was out of baseball by the very next season. It's one of those fun anomalies. He only played 8 career years, and that 40 homer season was 2016. Yeah, I was right. 1%. I'm sure I was right on that. For the Tigers, it looked like they only had six. We have Cecil Fielder and Miguel Cabrera for two of the seasons. Darrell Evans notches one in the 80s. That's three. Both Norm Cash and Rocky Colavito do it in the early 1960s. That takes us up to five, and then you get Hank Greenberg. So I think I got them all. Of those, I think I'll go with Colavito. It's Colavito Cash. Cash wasn't a big home run hitter, but that was a big season, and he was a longtime Tiger. Colavito he hit 40 home runs at least a couple times, including that 1961 season. He played for a few other teams. Greenberg, um, I think Greenberg is famous enough that he would do pretty well there. Darrell Evans might actually be better. I think I want to say it was the 1984 season, that great season. I might go with Calavito though. He takes 2%. It looks like my instincts have been more or less validated so far. And 40 home runs for the Red Sox. The options I'm thinking of, because you get Ted Williams, you get Carl Yastrzemski, um, you get. I don't think Jackie Jensen does it. I don't think Walt Trappa does it. You do have Jimmy Fox from the 38 season, I think. And then you also have some other options. Is Ortiz, Manny, JD Martinez a couple years ago. I think the option I'm going to go with is Rico Petrocelli. I believe 1969 he hits 40 home runs. 3%. Maybe Tony Armas would have been better. Vern Stevens had 39 in the 1949 season to go along with 159 RBI, which is such a nutty number. All right, well, I spent a lot of time on the 40 home run guys. I was really trying to get the most rare I could. We'll see if that worked. Let's see here. For 2,000 hits. Oh, sorry. Let's start here. Let's get Al Simmons. And Germany Schaefer will work here. Has Germany Schaefer, I wonder if I've started propelling Germany Schaefer up a bit. I don't think he was getting 0.2 before. I think that would have been a safe less than 0.1. Um, let's see. For the Twins and the Brewers, JJ Hardy will work along with Carlos Gomez. They showed Molitor before. Larry Heisel in the 1970s be a fun option. LaTroy Hawkins played a little bit of the 2008 season with the Brewers, I think. And was with a Twin for a very long time. Donaldson will work. He went into Milwaukee at the very, very end of last year. Let's see, I mentioned Hardy. Jeff Cirillo will also work. That's a lot of names. Trying to think of any other relievers. Donaldson is just too recent. If Donaldson had done what he did, but even like 10 years ago, I would consider it because he was just ever so briefly a Brewer, but it wasn't a long time Twin or anything, but he was there. Um, but I think with him just coming to the Brewers last year, I'm not gonna use that one. I think I love Troy Hawkins. He was a Twin for quite some time. Um, Cirillo was a Brewer for quite some time, for ever so briefly a Twin. Um, is anyone else a little bit sneaky? Just running through some folks in my head. Let's go with Hawkins. 3%. Okay. I could have done better than that probably. All right. Now we need someone who 2000 hits, who's played for the Brewers. Cecil Cooper is just above 2000, but he played for the Brewers for a very long time. Whereas like Dave Parker is significantly above 2000 and only played for the Brewers for a season. I don't think Donaldson will get there. I'm not sure if Granderson gets there because he would work for the Brewers and the Tigers. Um, yeah, you get Cooper, you get Yount, you get Molitor, you get Braun. Parker will work. Henry Aaron will work. Um, Sal Bando. He walked a lot, but he had a pretty long career. It surprised me to see him get to 2000 hits. He played with the Crew. Um, let's try it. Let's see how many people remember Dave Parker's one season in Milwaukee. Willie Randolph also would have been an interesting pick there. All right, now we can move on to the Red Sox. Tris Speaker was pretty low. It was only a couple percent. Um, Williams was the highest. He does not get to three. Um, Yastrzemski in there. Joe Cronin, I think, will be a solid pick. Um, yeah, let's go Joe Cronin. And I think I'm gonna close with Sam Crawford for 1%. Rarity of 14. We'll go with not bad on that. There weren't a ton of options here. There are 11 options, 3% is still pretty good. So I don't know if it's the best though, but I will take that to for the day and we'll call it there. Thank you so much for playing, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. Peace.